What's up, guys? Listen, I just got to say out loud that I must really love y'all, like for real, because I just recorded a whole video and didn't realize I was on mute. Give me a second. Let me make sure I'm not on mute. Okay, I am not on mute this time. Lord have mercy. I recorded an entire video, y'all, and the whole video I was mute. Okay, so welcome to welcome to the video. You're probably watching this video because you are coming on a group trip with me, or I'm planning a group trip for you to come over to Vietnam. Or you're just coming to Vietnam and you need help with a visa. So I'm going to walk you through the simple e-visa process that Vietnam has in place. Okay. And so I'm going to start up here. It's a very simple process that they have. And I will say that out of the almost 40 countries that I have traveled to, this has been one of the most easiest, absolute easiest processes that I have ever completed when it has come to applying for a visa. Okay. So the website for the e-visa, let me do this for you. I'm going to actually, let's do this. I'm going to open another tab because it's actually, because if I give show you this cute, the website is evisa.gov.vn. Okay. And so I'm going to get you the QR code for it. I'm going to share it on screen. All right. So when you get so I have already pre-put in information over there on that side. But when you get to the website, this is exactly what it's gonna look like once it's done loading. This internet here where I'm currently in Ghana, is so raggedy. So I hope this video goes as good as the last muted video. Okay. So when you get to the page, this is exactly what it's gonna look like here. Okay. Website, as I said before, evisa.gov.vn. And I'm going to pop up that QR code for you. So all you got to do is scan it with your phone and you know for sure that you are on the right page. Okay. So scan the QR code. I'm going to leave it up there for maybe about 10 seconds. But I will say that it's probably better if you do this on a computer. I've had issues doing it on the phone as far as when it comes to the payment method at the end and stuff like that. So I personally recommend doing this on a computer. You can do whatever you want, but this is what I recommend. Okay. So we're done with this right here. What you're going to do now, you're going to press apply now. Right. And so once you press apply now, you're going to come over here. Okay. So you want to read through all of that good stuff right there. Read through all of it nice and slowly, not how fast I'm reading through it right now. And when you get to the bottom, you want to press confirm, confirm, and then you want to hit next. Okay. And when you do that, it's going to bring you to a whole application right here. Come on. It's just your photo and it's just your passport photo right here. And it's my internet. This is not their website that's acting slow. I can promise you. It's my internet that's acting slow. So let me press refresh again. All right, it should work this time. I had to do this in the last video too. Come on, big money, big money. Okay, I don't got time. I don't have time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hop over to my screen. Okay, so when you get in and the screen pops up, it's gonna look similar to this. It's gonna ask you for all of this information here. We're gonna go through it, as slow as I can. All right, so I don't have no photos on this computer. This is my travel computer. Okay, so over in this space here, let me remove this. Can I remove it? I cannot remove it. I can only choose a different one. But over right here in this space, let me see something. I don't want to confuse y'all. Let me try this again. I'm refreshing on the other page. I want you guys to see exactly what it's gonna look like. Come on. I'm trying to show you the main screen because I have put in all of the information in before I realized. Here we go. All right. So now once you get to this screen, it's going to ask you to go through this information again, like what I just did. Confirm, confirm. All right. Now, come on, take me there. Yay, we're here. All right. So we're here. So it says portrait photo. What I want to say about this portrait, remember, no glasses, no bandanas, none of that. So even if you got prescription glasses, take them off. All right. And what you need to be wearing no camo, and you need to make sure that you're standing behind in front of a white wall and take a picture just like this. Only, your neck and up. Okay. Got it. Passport. When you take a picture of your passport, it needs to look just like this. Don't cut off no edges. All of these words and numbers and lines, you need all of that. Okay? All of it. All right? And so you want to just upload it there and then upload it there. And when you do upload this, it's going to actually auto populate the information that's down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just jump back over here to this one that I have. This one that I have did. Okay. So I did not have a photo. This is not a real application. I want to say that out loud. It's not a real application, and I did not want to go through the process of putting in another application because this is an example application. Okay. So this is what I'm putting in place of my photo, and as I said before, it's not a real application, so it's not going to be submitted. You need to make sure you put a real photo there. Portrait photo, white background, no glasses, no camo, stuff like that, no bandana, and then a picture of your passport goes there. And so once you put a picture of your passport, all of that information auto populates here. Okay. So last name, you want to put your last name there. You want to put your first and your middle name and your first name there. Um, your date of birth. This is what you want to pay attention to. So the date of birth is in date. You put the date first, then the month, then the year. Okay. Male, female, nationality, United States, identity card. You want to go ahead and put your email address in there. Um, I'm sorry, identity card. You want to go ahead and put your passport number inside of there. And then over here, email address. You want to put your email address, and it's going to have you verify that email address down to the bottom again. You know what? I'm just going to switch to this application because it doesn't appear to be the same format. I don't want to confuse you guys. All right, so email address right here. If it was me, let me share. All right, so I hopped back to the clear application because it didn't have you reconfirm the email, so I don't want to confuse you guys. Okay, so over here, enter your email. I already have an account, so I don't need to create one. But if you don't have one, you need to make sure that you select this here. Religion, put whatever your religion is, place of birth, United States, and then you want to re-enter your email. Okay. I don't know if I remember mentioning it in the last video. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video. If you are doing your Vietnamese application, although it's one of the most easiest applications that I have ever did, you need to realize that application process is normally 5 to 7 business days. That is Monday through Friday. You also need to be Googling Vietnamese holidays because on Vietnamese holidays, they are closed. Okay. So I just want to say that out loud. And if you are a mom that's coming on one of our group trips and you have children, listen, everybody in the travel party, you need one, your child needs one, everybody that's coming into Vietnam would need an e-visa. Okay, so just get that out of the way. All right, put your email there. You answer these questions according to you. Have you ever used any other passport to enter Vietnam? Do you have multiple nationalities? Yes, no. Violation of Vietnamese laws, regulations? Yes, no. Um, Single entry. Okay, so single entry means you come into Vietnam one time and you're staying for the whole length of your visa. Multi-entry visa means you're coming into Vietnam and you plan on leaving out and coming back in. Me personally, this is the type of visa that I always get because I normally have work in different countries. And so, I don't want, or, there could be an emergency or something like that. I don't want to, come in and then, have to, go to another country to work. And now because I'm out of the country, I gotta go through the visa process again, if that makes sense. So you choose which one is best for you. But single entry is only entering Vietnam one time. Multi-entry is entering into Vietnam multiple times and with the same visa. Okay, so you grant visa day. So let's say May the 24th, and we're gonna go all the way all the way to August. All right. And if you put too many days, it will actually tell you. So look at this. There you go. It'll tell you it's only valid for 90 days. So you got to just put some dates that's within those 90-day time period. All right. All right. So now it's time for passport. So you want to enter your passport information here, your passport number. You want to enter that there. Issuing authority. I think we're past the. I'm just gonna say, issuing authority. That's United States. Type. If you are a regular passport holder, that's ordinary passport. Okay. The date that the passport was issued, and then the date that your passport is going to expire. Okay. Do you have any other valid passports? Yes, no, you answer that. Your residential address. What is your residential address while you're there in the United States? What's your contact address? So, your mailing addresses, some people have different mailing addresses. So you put that there. If it's the same, then you copy and paste that same exact thing. Telephone number. Put your regular telephone number. All right. Your emergency contact. Whoever's your emergency contact, you put that there. Current residential address of that emergency contact, put that there. Phone number and your relationship to them. Your occupation, right? If you're an employee, put that there, and then you're going to have to put what company you work for, all that good stuff. If you have a child, more than likely they are a student, okay? So you put student and all of their school information that is there. Purpose of the visit. If you are here for tourism, then you put tourism. If you're visiting relatives, you do that. Work and business, all that good stuff, all right? And then it's going to ask you again the date that you intend to enter. Speaking on the date that you plan on entering into Vietnam, if let's say for hypothetically, if you're coming into Vietnam June the 28th, right? More than likely you're gonna have to leave the United States on June the 27th. I've seen some flight attendants get confused because we're getting ready to fly to Vietnam today, but your visa says the 28th. My recommendation is to put this date here, the date that you're gonna catch your flight to Vietnam, because sometimes the people at the counter, I don't know, maybe they don't understand. I don't know, I can't explain it, but that's my recommendation. Okay. Intended length of stay in Vietnam, your phone number while you're in Vietnam, your residential address while you're in Vietnam. So this is where you're going to put your hotel information at. All right. So put the whole hotel information that's there. And if you're with one of my group trips and you do not know the name of the hotel, check your email, because likely when I send out this email, I'm going to always give you all of the information that you need as far as important information like hotel and, province. I know for sure province, we're going to be over here in Danang if you are on my group trip for this year. And then the ward that the hotel is in is An Hai. Okay. An Hai ward. Right. So your intended gate of entry, that is going to be Da Nang International Airport. And if you are on my current group trip, we're going to be leaving out of Hanoi. And so that is going to be this airport that's right here. Where is it? It's this one. Noi Bai. All right. And you want to make sure that you press this button here. All right. Read through all of that good stuff. Answer these questions according to you. Moms that are filling out this application, do not fill out this right here. This is not for USA passport holders. This whole application process that I'm going through right now, it's on the perspective of USA passport holders. Don't fill out this right here. Each and every person in that travel party is going to need their own e-visa, okay? Right. And then over here, have you ever been in Vietnam in the last year? Most people know, but if you have, then you hit yes. And then you're going to tell them what date you came in, out, the purpose, all of that good stuff. Okay. All right. So we're going to hit no. All right. So over here, intended expenses in US dollars. So let's just put whatever, you spent on the trip or whatever you spent coming. Did you buy insurance? Yes. And the type of insurance, you want to put travel insurance. I don't know why that thing does the insurance. All right. And then who will cover the expenses? Personal. And then over here, you want to press I hereby declare yada yada, and then you're gonna hit next. So I'm not gonna hit next. I'm gonna hit next on this next screen over here because it has all of my information over here. All right. So yep, you guys should be able to see this. So we're gonna just scroll through, and so this is all just default dummy information. Yeah. And so come on over here. And so now we're going to hit next. And so normally when we get to this screen here, is it here? Okay, never mind. Review application again. All right, you're going to review, make sure everything looks good. All right, you want to put in that security code 534739. And then we're going to hit next. All right, this page is so very important, you guys, because guess what? You see this little code right here? So this is going to be the code that you are going to use to look up your application. This is my dummy application. I did not want to put in multiple applications, just because this is just an example for you guys. All right, so you're going to need all of this information. What was your electronic document ID? What's your email? And what's your date of birth? And your passport ID number and all of that stuff. You need all of that. If all of this information is correct, you want to go ahead and hit confirm. But I strongly recommend maybe printing this page out, or just copying and paste this number right here. Copy this number. This number is really important, just in case anything messes up on the next screen. Because if anything messes up on the next screen and you don't have this, you're gonna have to redo your application. Okay, so just pay attention. So you press confirm, and so now it is time for payment. Okay, so oh man, there we go. So it pops up here, your payment. I chose multi-entry, so it's going to show $50 right there. If you chose single entry, it's going to show $25. That's there. And you're just going to read through all of this amazing terms and conditions, and you want to go ahead and click agree to pay. Okay. Once you come to agree to pay, all right, so this is important. Hopefully this doesn't disappear. You guys see this area right here? So I have been in this screen for quite a few times, that payment screen. And so this is why I'm saying, I always tell you guys, try to complete the application in one scoop. Once you not one scoop, in one sitting. If you are applying for the application and you're going to have to step away or something like that, don't apply for that application. Try to do it at one time, because I actually went back in and I let me show you in this screen. I was able to I went here. You can go to search, but try to do everything at one sitting, because you know if you do it in one sitting, once you hit payment, it's going to go to the payment screen. Everything's going to go through just fine. If you have been inside of that payment screen, like I have been inside of the payment screen, and maybe your card was acting up, your card was locked, your card declined, you needed to get a security code for using the card or something like that, sometimes when you go back to it, sometimes it does not work. Okay, I'm going to show you how to look up this application, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to work. That payment side is going to work once you get this error that's here. Oh, that once you get the error that's there. So what I'm doing over here, I came in, I'm going to share this. So what I did to search up my application, and I hope I'm not everywhere. I'm just trying to explain everything that could happen, so how to find your application, if that makes sense. So what I did, I hit search, and then that same number I told you guys to copy and paste. And this is you only have to do this if you're trying to search for your application, or if something had happened with the payment. Okay, so right there, email was. But please, I'm telling you, I've had to repeat an application before, because I had issues with payment. And that's why I say I don't recommend using your phone. Don't recommend using your phone at all. Only on a computer. All right, so you're gonna have to put in the visa application, your email, and your the date of birth. All right, so 340171. So let's look up this application. So you hit search, and this one is going to tell me, and only hit this once, because it has to catch up. Okay, you see over here, it pulls up my application status, unpaid. All right. And if it was approved, it'll say approve, and it'll give you the option to print out your visa and stuff. Although once it's approved, you should be getting an email with everything in it, and a link directly to there, so you can print off your e-visa. So I'm back at my main application there after looking at my visa. But I already know same thing is gonna happen. It's not gonna let me go through to the payment side, because I'm gonna have to repeat this application. But if you are doing everything in one sitting, you are not going to have these issues. And so I'm glad that I was able to catch this issue like live for you guys, so you can see the trouble that you could go through if you do not do everything in one sitting, or if you go to the payment screen and you decide not to pay right away. All right, so fingers crossed that this works. I don't believe it is going to work because I've been through this before. All right, let's do it. There we go. So payment has failed. Please recreate profile and retry payment. So what this means is you got to redo that whole application, y'all. If you get this error, there is no way to fix that on this side, on the regular side. My recommendation is to just to go through, take 10 minutes, and just redo that whole application again. But once again, the only reason that I got that error was because I was already in the application over here. I was already in the application, and it was at the payment side, and I did not put in payment information. I didn't. I closed it out. So only do this application once you are ready to submit your payment. Okay. And only use a card or credit card or debit card that is not going to give you any issues. You know how they say, oh, put the 4-digit code or something like go get the 4-digit code from your phone, or sometimes cards do all kinds of stuff just to make sure that it's not fraud. Make sure it's one of your cards that that doesn't give you a hard time. I hope I answered all of your questions. This was a remake of my first video, and I hope I explained everything to you guys. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put that down in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer your questions. If you guys need an info session, that is down in the description area. Click on our link to our broad homepage, and go ahead and set up an info session, and we'll get you on the right track about coming, visiting, or relocating over to Vietnam. So, as I said before, I really hope that I answer all of your questions, and I will talk to you soon. And I hope that this video is not muted this time, and it doesn't. Okay, so I think everything is good with this video, but I'm going to talk to you guys soon. Bye.